Yeah, hi Tim. Good morning to everyone. So hope everyone are doing great. So today is basically overall section. So we'll go to basically custom validations and the formulas fields. So how to create a formula field first, then we'll go with the custom validation tool. So if you had time, we'll go for the page layout or still some of the page layout addition and the related part. So till now, so basically it's been nearly 11 days of class is done. So most probably we have covered basic 10 to 111 so that you are able to understand now basically what is Salesforce and the overall theory concept. So that basically you can revisit once you are free. So later we started with custom objects. So how to create a custom objects, how to create a custom tabs, how to create a fields within the custom objects, and we have seen how the record page works, how the page layout works, how the compact layout works, how the list view works and the related parts. So a lot of things we have seen in the Salesforce itself. So in the creation of the basically college management system mm, with different fields, with different data type. So that's one of the most things. So because selection of data type and why it is used is also very important in the development part. So today is basically about. So later we went with basically with the pick list and the multi-pick list. So how the pick list works, how the multi-pick list works. So then we went with other scenarios with the page layout editions and the related part, even the record page, how to rename the tabs. So these are the things we have covered. So just make a note down. So basically what is been understood and what you don't understand, so that at last or whenever you are free, right? So we can have a discussion to that. So let's start for today's section. So today also I'll go with the presentation itself. So once you're done with, because once everything is done, right, validation to done, then we can go to the org and go to the custom management system and we can define the overall thing. So let's start with custom basically formula. So one of the important thing is formula. So this is very important because how to create a formula. So why the formula is required in the basically the Salesforce. So creating custom formula. So whoever was facing this basically problem to sign up, just sign up using your Google account. So once you sign up, they'll ask some questions, just fill it basic. Then later also you can change it, no issues. So log into the same credential. So as a follow, so I'll give a lot of trial combination also, not right now. So basically, now basically want to. So once we are done, I'll give you the list of basically trial so that you can concentrate on that in the future. So formula is basically right to have some validation. So basically, right, when I want to have some action need to be done. So if I say that I want to find the average of a percentage, so that time basically we use a formula. Sometimes basically for the calculation we use it, or sometimes for automation also we use it. Sometimes we say that it should be calculated automatically once we add the date of birth. So that we'll do in this custom management system. So sometimes for automation we use, sometimes for validation we use it. Also, a lot of times we use a formula. So there's one there's one VP. So this is interaction. So basically just to get an example, the some salesperson has requested your help to collection additional information on the opportunities. First, like sales and executive users, right? To see the commission calculated for one opportunity. So we need to find the for the one, right? So basically what is the commission is being committed. Basically he has achieved. So this is one of the scenarios. So she also like the region and zones of the account displayed on the opportunity for all to see. So in fact, the pipeline accuracy. So basically regions and row zones we have done in the last section. So we have seen how the pick list of the global pick list and the related pick list has been um, used and field dependency has been added for that. So we can discount all the basically applied for. This is one of the scenarios. Handle this request to create a custom formula field. So we are going to create one custom formula field that allows to calculate the reference of other fields. So to display the numerical number, test data checkbox specific to the business requirement. So very simple it is. So basically, we are going to calculate the we are going to create one custom formula field on the opportunity object. So that calculates 10% of commission whenever an opportunity is being closed one. So this one condition, basically whenever it is closed one, then only it should be calculating the percentage. So let's have a simple formula object so that you can see how the things works. So right now, open your org. So once you open org, right? So go to opportunities. So this is just for practice and brief. So later we'll revisit in the basically in the college management system. So we are going to add all the fields which has been required. So we are going to edit object. So we are going to create a new field for the opportunities. So once you click on new field, so go to formula and click on next. So you need to have the field label. So basically what is the label is that is so basically commission. So right now we need so here right it will show an option for us. So it will below right to show an action. So basically as a checkbox, currency, date. So which for which basically we need a return type. So once you have a formula, right? So what is the return type of that? So it is a checkbox or currency, or date or daytime or number, percentage, test or time. So based on that scenarios, we are going to create it. So in this basically we are clicking next account. So basically we are using currency. So as a return type because we need a commission, right? So we use a currency as a return type. So that it will calculate the currency. So decimal points is there. So we can use a default one right now. So later if you want to change, you can change it. Click on next. So now we need to add the formula. So we have two things. So basically we have simple formula, we have advanced formula and better formula. So most probably this better formula is basically once you have a, I'll show that. So right now most probably it will have two things in here. So there is simple formula and advanced formula. So this one Chrome extension. So in that we'll get a better formula. So I'll teach you later. So once you come with advanced formula, how we are going to import basically the Chrome in the Chrome. So if you see the screen, right? So one thing is that we get a formula. So basically opportunities, insert the field. So in the advanced right, we have basically insert operator. So we have a lot of options. We'll see one by one. So right now we'll use basically as a simple multiplication, right? So amount into, so basically we are going to amount from the merge insert pick list. So insert basically we are using insert operator as multiplication and the currency box is equal to this point 0. So final formula will be account into 0.1. So whatever amount, sorry, amount into 0.1. So whatever amount is there, so based on that, we're going to calculate. So we see in the opportunity, right? So there is basically we have amount. So we can just click on that and just put as into 0.1. So very simple formula. So one is basically we can have from the operator from here. So just click on that, it will show the into, or we can just type out it also. So if you want to insert something else, you can insert it. Basically insert it. So advanced I'll show you later. So that this is very simple formula. So account is 0.1. Sorry, amount into 0.1. So this is how we are going to insert in the basic formula field. So we are having a test status so that we need to check it is there is an error or not. So later we'll add a description. So whenever you add a formula, right, just click on checks syntax. So if it is okay, there is no error, then only you need to go ahead. So don't forget to click on this sometimes because of some of the simple error, right? So which will show us. So we are going to add the description and then help list. So once you are done with this, so basically if you see very simple it is. So basically commission will be amount into 0.1. So that will be a commission that basically it will be in the currency. So we need to think basically what is the return type based on the formula also. So basically amount, we go to this particular field, right? Basically the fields and operation basically relationship. So if you see amount, it is currency. So whenever you're having a return type, right, should be a same return type, or else it will give an error for us. So because formula should be calculated, and within that same return type should be there. So we are using a currency as a same return type. So once you're done with that, click on next. So we can make it as visible for the account is more than click on next. So all the page load, fine, click on save. So once you're done with that, so basically whenever you create or edit, so your formula whenever you do it, right? So basically for the both the things it works. So even for the creation should work, even for edition should work. So right now it's like update and insert. So right now if you see, right, if you come down to the page there, so basically we have created one field known as commission. So basically it's like already it's been calculated. Basically formula is basically already automatically generated. So where is the amount? So we see the amount, right? So it's basically 2,35,000. So the commission will be 23,500. So basically it's not that we have a something because a formula is created, right? So automatically it will calculate and it will be displayed. So we can't edit it. So that's the one of the main thing. Formula is like read only. So whenever you make it a formula field, right? So it is a read only. So we can't edit it. So even when you create basically new words, right? So basically you can't see the basically commission. So that will not be displayed in the page layout. So basically when you create it, automatically it will be calculating and it will show the result. So nowhere you can't see basically can see the commission. But once I create it, right, once you enter it, right, so it will show in the details tab. So basically commission you can see it here. So this is basically read only profile. So that this is basically has a formula field. So this is how it is being calculated. A very simple formula. So this is how we are doing it. Same thing. So basically one more thing, modify the formula, right? So basically there was one more condition for us. So one condition was that you need to find the commission. And one more condition was that the opportunity is closed one. So whenever the opportunity in the opportunities, right, is a closed one. So basically in that we have one field basically in the pick list. So basically stage. So in the stage, right, is a closed one. So whenever this stage is closed one, right, then only the account should be calculated, or else you should return zero. Because it should have so the commission will be it will receive the commission. So basically client will receive the commission whenever the closed one. So whenever the stage is closed one, then only it will receive the commission, or else it should not receive any of the commission. For that, right? So basically we need a stage name. So basically that one of the big list we use it. For that we should go advanced formula. So in which we are going to have the if condition. So within the if condition, so if pick list value, so basically we need to check the pick list value. For that pick list value is this, calculate, or else send it as zero. Simple formula it is. So basically if pick list value, add the stage name as a basically closed one, or else amount as zero. So basically whenever this is true, then only the calculation should happen, or else it should return zero. Simple if condition, so there's no complex on that. So what I'll go back to the formula. Basically, there is a commission, so which we have created now. I'll just go to edit. So once I click on edit, right, so basically we can see our advanced formula. So just click on the advanced formula. So in this, right, you are going to have some logic. So first of all, we are going to add if condition. So if you see in the right hand side, right, so even here also this is for only the insert output. So if you see right hand side, right, basically we'll see one if condition. So I'm just going to add that if condition. So this let me will add it later. So basically we need to have the logical insert. So basically we insert the logic first. So basically we are going to check if pick list value. So yeah. So is pick list value. Sorry, one more. So just double click on that. So to show the condition. So we need to have the field here. So just double click on that. So if you see right insert field, the opportunity. So we need to go to the stage. Just double click on stage and click on insert. So you can basically the API name will be inserted there. So once I click on that, so I need a validation. So the condition is for closed one. So whenever the pick list is closed one, I'll just copy this closed one. So basically, I don't type it. So if you want, you can just copy this and paste it there. So even that will work. I'm just showing how the scenarios works. So whenever it is true, you need to have this formula, or else we can make it as 0. So this is how we basically insert it. Or else just you want, you can just copy this and paste it in. I'll just show Reso what I have done. That because this is very important to how to insert in the formula. So how the things works. So I'll just add it once more in the below. So first what I done, I added the if condition. So I just double click the if condition. So basically in if condition there will be three parameters. One is logical test, one is formula whenever value is true, whenever value is false. So logical test is basically the pick list value we need to check. So in the pick list value, right? And this should be in the double quotes. So this is a string or this is two string. So we need to have the logical test. So logical test is basically we need to check first condition is pick list value. So basically we have your condition is pick list value. Just double click on that. So next we need to have the field. For the field adding, right? So we'll just double click on the field set and just click on insert field. So insert field just say stars for stage and insert it. So you can add it. So later we'll add the remaining part. So basically we need to have the one condition. So if it is true, basically add the logic or else false. Or else just remove this and just click on check status. So right now it will show it will not show any error. So right now if I'll just remove this condition, right? Okay, starting I did add it, right? Now if I put check for shell, it will show an error. So basically error syntax missing. So something is missing in the particular condition. So because of this double quotes between that, this because it will return as a string. Right now if I check on check condition. So in this also, right, we have two options. So basically treat blank fields as zeros or treat blank fields as blank. So basically if the condition breaks, then what need to happen? So basically the formula reference any number, currency or percentage field, right? So basically what will happen to the output? So basically what need to be happen? So right now for us, if something is breaking, right, it should be taken to zero itself, not as a blank. So basically it is a commission, right? So it will basically it will take us a zero. So once this is done, just click on save. So if you want to have a kick save, we can have a kick save so that it remains in the same formula. If you want to have it in the same, you can just click on save so that it can show. So now just I saved it. So right now if I see this right, closed one. So this is already closed one. Just I refresh. So it will calculate the formula based on that. Now if I change this, right? So instead of closed one, right, I make it as closed lost and click on save. Now commission should be zero. So this is how the condition works. Now if I move back and I just make it as closed one and click on save. So now the commission should calculate. Now see if you see our condition is passing. So you're able to understand that formula fields. I'm going very slowly so that you're able to understand all of it. So if you have any questions, you can ask. So I'm going to trial it. So basically, once you start with the trial header, you should know how to use it. So basically, you should not basically read step by step. So later you need to add it the condition because this is very useful. Once you have so below there will be a task. So right now, sometimes it will be a questions. So below there will be some task you need to complete it. So that future in the future I'll show you how the things works. So let's concentrate on the custom formula page so that you'll understand the one more thing. So next is basically right. We are creating custom formula page to display the region and zone information from the contact account record. So if you think right now, right, so basically this we should understand the relationship. So in the relationship also I go deep. So right now in the high level I'll show you. So basically this opportunity is basically there's a lookup to account. So if you remember right in the account we added the region and zone. So that region and zone, right, need to be displaying opportunity. Since it has a lookup, right, so we can call the field. So overall scenario of high relationship, I'll explain you basically on the upcoming model. So just this is just high level. So think that opportunity has a lookup for the account. So just in the depth, so that it has some basically account is a parent and the opposite is a child right now for us. So basically from the child, right, I want to call a parent details. So I can call it. So this is how the things work. So we'll work one by one so that you are able to understand the things. So right now for the formula field. So what we are doing, right? So basically we are creating one formula known as region zone. So from the formula field, right, we need a account region and the basically zone. So basically we need basically to display it. So when I click on save, basically thing, right, so it should display that particular formula. So a lot of things we have here. So basically as a concatenation. So it should show in this way, region and zone. So which region it has and which zone it has selected. So based on that, it need to display it. So we'll create one formula. So first of all, for this particular opportunity, right, we should know which account is being linked or for this particular thing. So I'll show you one more time. So basically, let's have the formula fill later. I'll show the how the scenario works, how to test it. So basically, we need to go to region and zone. So basically, we are going to create one more field in the opportunity. So just click on new, just click on formula, click on test. So we are going to have a region. Zone. So now this will be as a test because we need to display, right? So that is basically the test. So we are going to add as a test and click on next. So now what need to the output for us? We need one region and basically the basically zone. For that, basically we need to have some test to be displayed. So if we come to right hand side, right, just double click on test. So we need a two test. So I add two test here. And we need to have a concatenation. So in the formula field, right? So basically, if you have worked with Java thing, right? So basically we add as a plus. So but here inserted we have concatenation basically which is as a and condition. So it will work as a and condition. So this is just for suppression we use it. For the quotation we use it. For that we write if you see the operators, right? So basically if you come down, so basically we have concatenate. So if you just keep the cursor in the middle, click on insert, just have a concatenate. So we need two concatenation so that between that we can have backslash. So this is how we create a formula. The thing that now we need to have the field inside that. So right now only I'm saying outside. So we have added a test with two condition and we have just closed it. So now we need a region and a account. So for that, right, if you go to the formula, back to the formula. So just click on, so basically we need a first value, right? So first value is region. So just click on insert field. So if you see the insert field, right? So basically whenever there is a relationship, right? So it will show in the arrow. So right now account is a relation, contact is a lookup relationship. So if you come down, this last modified is a lookup relationship. Primary campaign is a lookup relationship. So now right now we need an account. From the account we need a region. So if we come down, you can see the region. So just click on insert. So right now this is a custom field, right? So it will come in the underscore underscore C. But account is a custom standard object, but region is a custom field. So same thing, we'll just double click on the view for the second one, insert. We are going to get the zone. So once you are done with this, just click on check status so that it will not give any error. So come down, we'll just add the description and the help test. So we can keep it as 0 or we can even keep it as blank because this is a test field, right? So that's so sorry. So this is done, right? So if you want to keep it as basically instead of displaying as so instead of keeping it as 0, right? So basically we'll keep it as blank because this is a test fit, so we can't keep it as 0. So you'll have to just change it to the blank. So because return type is a test. So once this is done, just click on next. So it is did only click on next and click on save. So now the particular field is being created. Now whenever I open this particular field, right, when I refresh and if I see the details, right. So right now there's resource as though just click on it. It sometimes displays that. Yeah, if you see region and zone, right, it will show it here. So now how to validate this? So basically, we need to visit the account page and we need to check this region, this particular this region is proper for that particular thing. So if you see the top right, so basically we have the account name. So even if you cursor right, it will show all the things here. So right now if you come down, so basically it has related things. So if you want to show in the deep overall thing, right, just right click and just open in the new tab. So go to the details, check the region. So we see the region is this one, zone is this. Now I'll just change it. Instead of this, I'll just make it as East Asia and click on save. If I come back to the builder and just refresh it and click on details, it's just showing the details. It's taking time to load it. And I just showing the edit page, right? So click on edit. So we keep down, so East Asia has been changed. So now this is one of this. So now if I go to any other opportunities, so we see the commission also, right? So basically commission is calculated. So it's been closed. There is one formula field. Even it should display the process because we added for the base load. So right now it shows null. So it shows only the blank line. So basically it doesn't have it. For that, right? So basically we need to go to account name and the details. So we see red zone and it's been empty. So because of that, it is not showing. I just choose something else and click on save. If I come back to that particular day record, just click on delete it. It need to show. I don't know because of sometimes it's because of delay it's not showing. We just edit it. I just refresh this. Let me see. AME and the repos is been added. So this is how the basic formula field will created. Yeah, it is spread down. So sometimes it displays little bit delay. So when you make the changes. This is how we create a formula. So next we have, so basically one more field we have known as percentage. So next create a formula field for the account after discount to calculate the amount that after discount has been applied. So basically when after the discount, we need to find the formula field called amount after discount to calculate the amount from the discount has been applied. So first we need to have one discount, basically discount percentage. So basically it's a percentage. So later we'll create one formula known as after, basically we say amount after discount. So after discount, what is the formula for that? You're just calculating based on the percentage. So it will be in this formula case. For that, right, first of all, we need to create one simple, first of all, percentage. So in this is one good thing. So in the Salesforce data type. So basically, we don't need to have create a formula field basically for the account and we make it as a different field based on the percentage. We have already inbuilt percentage data type so that we can just create a field using a percentage itself instead of creating a formula for that. So I'll just add a discount percentage. So it will be in the, so this will be in the account object. No, it should be the opportunity object itself. So the opportunity itself. So just click on new. If you come down, right, there will be a percentage field. Just click on next. Just add the discount percentage. So basically the length. So let it be 18. So sometimes we change for decimal. So in this condition, they're saying enter the length as 3. So you come back, right? So instead of 18, you'll enter as 3. So decimal as 0. So nothing is defined. So just, so if you don't have description, it's fine. Just click on next. Deselect the visibility head to clear all the checkboxes. So select Salesforce. So right now, so right now I'll add for all the things. So once that is done, so description not required, just go to next. So visibility for only for, so basically there what is the thing is that is saying only for the system admin and for the sales you should have the access. So remaining you should not have any access. So basically I have a sales yeah, profile sales. So visibility is there. Just click on that particular next and click on save. So once this is done, so basically we need to have the one more object. So basically we are creating a formula. So basically amount after discount. So basically we write have a currency return. So basically now if you think that and amount is a currency. So whatever the discount output should come, right? So that's return type should be a currency. So we can't keep it as a test. That will be we have a same return type. So what we'll do, we'll create a same return type known as currency. So what is the formula? It's very simple. So basically amount into 1 minus the discount. So that will give the discount after being applied. So amount after discount. So what you are going to create one more field as formula. Click on next. Just add it. So it should be a currency. Just click on next. So we can go to simple formula here. So because we can call the directly the amount. So that even the percentage we can basically the discount percentage also we can call it directly. So that time we can go for simple. So the formula is amount. You can insert into the bracket 1 minus. So we need to have the field. Discount field. Just check the syntax is proper or not. It's proper. So here description and help test are mandatory. Why? Because help test just add is sometimes what happens is sometimes user will not understand why this is being called. So that time basically help test is lot of times some client they don't require, they say don't require help test. But some client they say no, we must have that help test. So just we need to have the help test. So that basically help test is used to understand how the things works. So even if you want to have select your user and this one, you can select it. So based on the scenario, we select a strict less testing. So concept. So right now, if you see, right, so we need to have a discount. After discount, what is the percentage of that? So right now, just refresh it. So we need to have two fields now. Just click on edit. Details is now together. So sorry, this is account. I'll go to opportunity. So we go to related tab, right? So you can see the opportunities. So the opportunity details. So these are two fields. Just refresh this. Actually, it should not show any delay, but I don't know why it's showing so much delay. Just tries to accept this average. So amount after discount because we added for the base layout. And one more is discount percentage. So it's taking some time. Let's see, let's create a new opportunity. Just add it here, just like that. So yeah, it's showing it here. So that but formula will not be displayed. Only the discount will be displayed. So right now, just close this. I don't want to go create a new one because I just click on edit here. It's amount is there. Discount. Need to display anything option. And it's not displaying. What I'll do is just create a new one so that you can understand. So new opportunity. So amount I'll give as 55 lakh or 50. And the close date is basically after 25th. Opportunity name, you can give any name. So basically, I'll just put as 01. So amount lookup I'll give so that it will give the reason. So I'll give the same name. So type if you want stage. So I'll just give which is mandatory. I'll make it as close itself. So the remaining calculation happens. So I need a discount percentage as 5% discount. So just and 5. So we see that once I click on 5, it will show in the percentage. So this is how it is being shown. So if you want to have the closed, why it is being closed, just type it that and just click on save. So once I click on save, right now it should calculate all the things. So because I added all the things. So first is basically we calculate the commission. So I added 5 lakhs. So basically 10% is being calculated. So once I come down, right, it's not showing the discount. It's taking some time as well to display. Give me 1 second, I'll be back. So till then, just check the scenarios in your org. It's working fine or not. Yeah, it's coming the percentage. So after percentage, this is the amount. So give me 1 second, I'll be back. Yeah, hi team, I'm back. So right now, if you see, right, so calculation is happening. So all the things. So basically, even the region and zone is being shown. Even the discount is shown. Even after the discount also is being shown. So as I change here, so into 5%, percent to 10%, and click on save. So it will show in the 10%. So calculation will be happening. So we want to make it as 50%. So basically, you can make it as 50. So based on the scenarios. So basically, the as a pin of the client. So we want to show what is the things need to be listed. So this is how the basic formula and the little bit advanced formula works. So main thing in the formula, right, you should know how to add. First of all, you should know how to create a formula. So what is the requirement of the client? Sometimes the client itself will give the basically as a product owner or a project manager, or sometimes the team lead will basically show you the formula. This is a formula need to be created. So sometimes you need to think. So they'll give just a scenario. So basically, they'll say this is a condition. So you need to create a formula for it. So that time we should remember how to create a formula for this particular action or a particular field. So this was, some technical and logical thinking also is required. So basically, how to create a formula in the related part. So just go just to have in the deep dive. So I have one link. So this is basically there is no, it's like 50 plus Salesforce formula. So this has lot of examples. So all the examples is basically is like for testing how the scenarios works. So I'll just go with high level. So how the formula works. So it's like basic formula, little bit advanced, and the related part, how the things works in the parallel. So once this is done, mostly there's one more example for the advanced formula thing. Because advanced formula is very, very important in the basically how to create a. So this all things will be creating now on. So why? Because formula is very important. So this all things basically, if I have a time today, I'll go with all the formulas, simple account management formula. So we are going to create this. So that is very, very essential formula. So basically, as a future, right, you should know how the condition works, why these things is being required in our scenarios. So later, once this is done, mostly we'll go revisit our custom management system or college management system, and we'll have some basic formulas within that, because formulas are very, very important. So let's go with first this particular thing. So that this most will not go explain in the physical in the org. So this I'll explain the just in the things how it is been there here. So basically, a mathematics operator is there. So how the operators works, just a high level thing. So we have a lot of operators. So basically, plus this is log simple basically as a even the simple basic C plus plus thing. So same operator it is. So basically plus subtraction, multiplication, division, exponential, and basically open and close parenthesis. So this is one thing. Logical operator. So basically we say as and. So basically we say is equal to, not equal to, or less than. So basically we can have equal to in the simple or double equal to. Not basically we go with this condition. So this is basically the condition, not this symbol. So in the formula, right? We also if you say not equal to, so we use lesser than and the greater than symbol. So this is not equal to less than, greater than, lesser than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and condition or condition. So this all are logical operators. So next we have the test operator. So basically concatenation. This already we have used it. So how the concatenation moves. So next is date and time. So basically here is where we have a lot of inbuilt methods. So basically we say add months. So basically if I want to say that I want to show the 30 days after 3 months I want to show the result. So basically we can say add months. So basically add months plus 3. So whatever this is there, so based on that the values will be created. So date, so if you want to have a return date, so the date value, so that is basically return the date value. So as a date time value. So daytime value we have. So basically returns year, date, month, and the GMT time based on the time zone we are selecting. So we have a date, a day. So day will return the specific day for us. So basically as a single day, what was the particular day. So this all will revisit one by one. So how the things works. So day of the year, format, duration, hours, ease of week. So ease of week basically return 1 to 53. So the given date. So in the first week starts from the Monday. So ease of year. So basically this be a first day is started basically from Monday. So this all scenarios I'll explain one by one. So but these are the different types we have. date type function. So basically add month, date value, date time value, day of the year, duration, hours, so how many hours, millisecond, minute, month, now. So if you put now, right, it will display the correct time. Right now, what is the moment? What is the correct time? So we want to see the second time now. So time now to show correct. This will show the current day time. So time now will show the current time. And the time value will return the local time. So today is basically today's date. It will show. So unisex time stamp is there. So this will return the seconds, number of seconds is from first 92 from the given date. So weekday is there. So it will show. So return the week of the day. So using 1 from Sunday, 2 for Monday, to 7 from Saturday. So this is a return time. Here it will return the year. So basically 4-digit year. So this are the date. Date and time is very, very important. We'll see in the example. So once we start with the examples, right, how the things works in the daytime. So we have logical rect and blank value case, if blank is gone, is new, is null, is number, not, non-equal, or this per value. So this all the things are coming under the logical function. So next comes the math. So math, a lot of time we use it. So basically for the finding the calculations. So same thing, whatever you've done in basically C++, or if you learned anything like logical thinking, or even the simple mathematics. So how to basically how to subtract, or how the exponential works. So this all comes under math of a function. So basically we have ABS, absolute value of a number. So it will return number without positive, is positive or negative case. So it will show as absolute value. So ACOS is there. So returns the radiation. So basically -1 or +1. Otherwise, returns nil. This is not important that all things we use it. So basically, which is in the blue, right? That's the thing majorly we use it. So basically, scaling is there. So basically, number nearest to the integer. So this is like if you say 7.05. So which is nearest to zero, basically it will be 7. So if you want floor, right? So basically to round up the nearest integer. Basically, basically if I say right, there is 7.55. So it will return as 8. So we see this example. So we have distance exponential and we have geolocation also. So if you want to get exact geolocation, latitude and longitude, so we can get that geolocation. So we have the basically we use a algorithm. So basically this is a formula for mathematics we use it. So we have the log. So same thing, whatever mathematics we have learned, right? Same thing we can use max. So maximum and minimum we are using. And if you want to have a nearest, return number up to nearest instead to 0 if negative. So that time we use map yum floor, and we have mod. So returns the mod. We have round. So basically it will return the specific nearest value. Square root of a number. So we just put a square root. So these are the major things we use in the basically math formula. So I'll show you a lot of examples how the things works in the math and how the related things works. Same thing we have test function. So begins BR. So BR is basically the line break. So basically we have case field, contains, find, get section ID, HTML encoded, hyperlink. So a lot of time we use hyperlink so that it will hyperlink to the specific image, includes is big list. So left, right, long. So these are the things. Basically, I don't want to go in the deep. So basically, once you work it practically, you'll understand why how the things works. So the next section is basically overall practical results showing the formulas. So basically, we'll see one by one how the things works and how the related things we can help in our overall formula skills. So these are the things. One more thing we have basically the advanced formula. So basically, if you want to have something, returns the corporate currency for the given currency IOC. So if the currency is valid, then return 1.0. So basically, correct currency, we want to give a rate, basically the currency conversion rate. So basically, we use a currency rate. So we have get records IDs. So this all comes in the advanced part. So if you want to get like advanced, so image proxy URL. So if you want to return include exchanged function list link to. Then this all time this thing we use a lot of times. So basically we say as conditions, regular expressions, right? So that time we use it. So regular strict URL, view lookup, and all the formulas fields. So I'll revisit all the things step by step. So don't be confused. So this we are going to revisit all the thing. So that this is just I went with high level so that we have math operator, logical operators, test operator, date and time functions. We have logical functions. We have math function. At last we have test function and then advanced. So basically the summary and the advanced function. So these are the functions we are going to learn step by step. So this is a simple formula. Basically, if you want to have a formula, same thing. So basically, we have calculate the commission, right? So basically, if the condition is like amount is greater than 1,000, then calculate it as basically 10,000, then calculate as 0.10, or else calculate as 0.15. So very simple to add it. So calculating a lead score. So if condition, so if the annual revenue is equal to 0, then basically make it as 0 or else make it as 10. So if pick list value is null, make it as null, industry is null, make it as null, or else make it as 10. So if the number is phone number is null, make it as null, or else number. So this is simple condition. So basically this is basically used for the concatenation of the numbers. So just a simple formula. So this is the same thing. So the country is basically United States. So make it as 5. There's a temporary order, or else make it as 0. So one more formula we created. So everything is like in the inside a bracket. So first formula comes if here. So it will close it, inside this. So next we are concatenated. So one more formula, it will close here. So one more formula, it will close here. So this is how the overall bracket, even the bracket is very important to start and end with. So this is the same thing. So even now calculate the amounts, basically accounts region. So this we are going to revisit. So basically we have here. So basically we are going to revisit this, how the things works, how the things is being related to add it. So this link is basically is very important. So basically, if you think that I want to revisit the formula, so if you want to see the what all the formulas is been selected and how the links works, that time basically you can check here. So all the basically it has a lot of formulas in this sheet. So basically you can visit once you basically anytime. So after even 2-3 years or so, sometimes we don't know what is the actual condition need to be added. So you can visit this particular page so that you can see all the example of the formula and you can check it and you can recreate it. So I'll basically tomorrow also I'll start with this section. So I'll try to basically this I'll revisit. What we'll do, we'll create from this all the formulas. Most probably we'll practice all the formulas from this so that you will understand all the things, how the basically it makes maximum it covers all the scenarios of the formula. So once we are done with this, we'll revisit this page. So we'll see some example. If you want to create, we can create it, or else we can just see the condition and we can basically practice it in your practice sections. So there are a lot of formulas there. So basically we need to practice one by one. So today's class is basically on the custom formula. It's very important. Okay, so the custom formula field is very important. It's not that within a single day some people will not understand. So it's basically once you practice only you'll understand the formulas, how to create a formula based on the conditions. So hope everyone are comfortable. So if you have any questions, you can ask. So now a little bit high level will come. So be present, don't be absent because videos recording also you can listen. That is also is fine. But main thing just concentrate on the things which you require. So if you don't have any questions, you can leave for today. No issues. So have a great Monday. Enjoy your week.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, PDF I'll show you later. Okay. So once everything is done, I'll try if it's done today. I'll just complete and that's it. Yeah, thanks everyone. I'm just leaving for a day. Enjoy.